Getting into property with only 25k. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I've got my lunchtime, stein of coffee, and I thought we'd have a look at this article from news.com.au. In some ways, it's an extension of one we looked yesterday from Yahoo Finance. That was buying real estate with only $50. $50. And essentially it felt like it was an advertisement for the BRICS platform. You know, fractional investing with property just on a particular property, not on a, well, not at a share trust. You have no diversity. You're just buying a fractional share of one property. So there you go. But now we've got another one at $25,000. So substantially more, maybe higher fees, maybe greater opportunities. What do you think, everyone? What do you think? Will you run and jump? I mean, why would you put? I don't understand. Is it just because people don't know about real estate investment trusts? You'd have greater liquidity, you've greater diversity, you've probably got a more advanced team, perhaps, managing it? Or do people not know about it? So, and let's have a read through this and let me know if you think it's a paid-for advertisement. So a new real estate platform offers ways to become a property owner for as little as $25,000. That's it. That's almost. You just need another $5,000 on top of the money you got out of your super, and then you can become a property owner, everyone. What do you reckon? Property seekers who feel shut out of the housing market by inflated prices are being offered a way to own real estate in blue chip suburbs for as little as $25,000. 25 grand, you know. A new real estate platform has made it possible to land a foot in Sydney's property ladder for as little as $25,000. The platform what am I going? I need a coffee if I keep going here. Oh wait, it's not bricks, it's bricklets. Hang on. The platform splits properties into fragments known as bricklets, which give purchasers a direct stake in the property and a place on the land title. Bricklet founder Darren Younger said it was an affordable way for aspiring property investors to own real estate in suburbs they can't afford on their own. And I'm sure Bricklet makes a nice handsome profit on it. I mean, I guess this is one way to make money off people getting into property when they can't afford to get into property. Think about this. This only makes sense if you assume these suburbs are even going to go up. I guess if you've got some money you want to invest in property because you think it may be more resistant to, well, the inflation and lost purchasing power, that could be another way. But surely there'd be other options. The best way to think of it is independent part ownership, Mr. Younger said. It's an alternative to saving the big deposit and mortgage you'd normally need to purchase the property. Mr. Young said bricklet houses were able to sell their stakes in properties whenever they liked in a similar way to how shares are traded on the stock market. I would bet it doesn't have the same liquidity as shares on the stock market, particularly when you're talking $20,000 to $30,000 or $25,000 to $35,000 chunks. Do you think it has the same liquidity? Reminds me kind of like a timeshare type of thing. So properties are usually split into about 30 bricklets worth $25,000 to $35,000 each, depending on the market value of the property. But there is no limit on how many an investor can own. There you go. You can buy a whole house up in $25,000 chunks. I mean, has anyone got any experience with these type of things? We had another viewer who sent me a message after we looked at the Yahoo Finance one. You know, you buy real estate for only $50. And he was telling me he had a friend that put in $1,000, was all excited, and then kind of lost interest in it after seeing how much the fees and charges were. Because there's always a way to make money. I think the way to make money on this is to be bricklets, be the company in the middle, because you're buying property with other people's money and you're charging them a fee to do something where a whole bunch of friends could get together and pay a couple of grand for a lawyer to write up a contract. Investors, what if there isn't anyone there to buy your share of the property? What if you're not going to buy it for the same one? You know, Investors benefit from any of the capital gains on the property as its value increases, and rental income is split proportional to the size of each bricklet holder's shares. And I'm assuming, there we go, yep, stamp duty and upkeep costs are also split on a pro rata basis. So you still got to pay all the upkeep costs, all the other costs associated with it. What if you make a capital loss? The model was recently used for the sale of units in a new housing estate in a northern beaches suburb of Avalon. The over 55 development was split into 281 bricklets, costing $31,885 each. Okay, so does that scream of desperation in selling this prop, dividing it up into this method? Part ownership? I guess maybe for retirement. People who just want to rent, you can invest in it. Is it more? I don't know. It seems odd to me. The majority of bricklets sold within 4 weeks. Sam Jordan, 24, bought 3 bricklets and said being registered on the land title sealed the deal for him, as it meant his ownership of the property was independent of the new platform. I like that I could actually buy something that could grow in value instead of just waiting to save a big deposit and getting a massive mortgage, he said. Oh, good on him for investing. And I mean, he's on the title. Does that means if he's going for first homeowner, he's going to be, well, he won't be able to get any of the government bribes or incentives. I could have a bit of flexibility if I wanted to travel, because I wouldn't have a debt, and having my name on the title, I own the property share even if the company goes bust. Mr. Younger said the fact bricklet owners were on the title made it the same as conventional property ownership. It also means the platform was different to fractional ownership models such as BrickX, which sells units or bricks in trusts that own the property. Okay, so then how are these guys have to be charging you a management fee or something? If you join forces with other investors to purchase something together, you'd need a legal agreement in place and lawyers involved. This takes the complexity out of it, Mr. Younger said. But what's going to happen if you're on the title and some other people want to sell out and there's no one there to buy it? What's going to happen then? Or what if they sell at a much lower rate? How is that going to affect the valuation of your share of the property? You know, there's a whole lot of other factors here, guys, that just scare me and I'm worried about. A whole lot of unknowns. A whole lot of unknowns. What rules are there? What rules are there? It sounds a little too good, doesn't it? Century 21 Eastern Suburbs agent Nick Pappas is selling units in the Sans Souci development there. That's been split into bricklets ranging from $25,000 to $40,000. We've sold 6 in the last 2 weeks, he said. Most of the interest has been from experienced investors, but we're getting questions from younger buyers trying to crack the market. Some people have a bit of savings but can't borrow much more money, or just can't afford to take out a mortgage at this time, so this is an appealing option. This is only an appealing option if you anticipate the value of property to go up. If you expect property to go down 10 or 15%, which some people are predicting, Commonwealth Bank is expecting it to go down 30%. Why the hell would you put money in these things if you're anticipating that? Or are these the suburbs that aren't going to get affected? Let me know in the comments, guys. Can you explain it to me? Maybe I just don't get it. I just don't like the idea of sharing with so many people. You know. The Sans Souci development includes a mix of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units with water views. The big question I get is, what if something goes wrong? But it's simply a different method for buying property, he said. You're still on the land title and you own a share of the property. Like any investment, you need to make your own decisions and decide whether you see value. There we go. And it was originally published as a unique way to own property for $25,000. Does this feel like a sponsored content to you? Does it feel like a sponsored content? Would you buy into this? I mean, you can't make use of the property. You still incur all the risks. Sure, you can gain all the potential benefit of it. I guess it's better than having a huge mortgage to try and get some capital growth. But I mean, what else could you put your money in? Could you put it in precious metals? Could you put it in shares? Why wouldn't you buy in a real estate investment trust? Then you could exchange it on the exchange. Are these still? Are they just trying to drive up media to get more people interested to buying these things? I'll be interested to see what the market to on-sell this stuff is like. You know, and if someone who owns enough bricklets can actually insist on having access to the property. Well, I mean, there you go. This is the world. No one owns anything. It's always shared. What do you think, everyone? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Am I just too old and too close to a boomer to not appreciate this fantastic new opportunity that I see before me? Or am I becoming just too cynical? As always, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If you're a fan and want to support the channel, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy our merch from HeiseSays. You can support us using Gold Pass from the Perth Mint or via PayPal. Thanks, everyone, and I'll see you next time.